I'm Tim Carter, AskTheBuilder.com, and in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to do a professional installation of this Runtal electric wall panel heater. You're not going to believe how simple it is to do. It's really important that you read the written instructions that come with the heater. All right, don't skip this step. It won't take long. It will ensure that you install the heater properly so that your warranty is valid and so that the heater will operate safely for years and years to come. Runtal also provides all of the hardware that you're going to need to install the heater. These are the wall brackets, and you'll see how those work in just a moment. And it also comes with the screws. These are the anchors that secure the lockdown brackets to the wall so that the bottom of the heater is secure with the wall. And of course, these are the electrical parts that you need to make a code-compliant connection from your Romex cable to the underside and rear of the heater. You don't need many tools: a level, screwdriver, drill, needle nose pliers, linesman's pliers, tape measure, and a pencil. That's all you really need. Let's get started. I wanted to explain how all the hardware works to install this heater. It's really ingenious. Number one, here are the wall brackets. So Runtal has created this U-shaped channel here that runs along the entire heater. And these brackets, you can see it's bent. So this part here goes against the wall, which then forces this part to stand out from the wall. And what will happen is, once it's installed, the heater hangs on these. You can see that. It's a beautiful French cleat design. So you have to make sure that these two wall brackets are perfectly level once they're installed so that the heater's level. I want to show you where the electric connects to the heater. This is where the electric will enter the heater, and once again, remember the supplied parts. This will attach here, the Romex cable gets secured here, and this is how the electricity goes into the heater. The last little piece of hardware is this tiny, anchor bolt, this little molly bolt, and what it does, you'll see at the bottom of the heater on the back are these lockdown brackets. And by securing this tight to the back of the wall, to the drywall, using this hardware, you make sure that the heater is tight against the wall. The first thing to do is to make sure that you go to your panel and turn off the circuit breaker that is supplying current to the heater. It's really important for you to understand that these electric wall panel heaters, they're heavy. And you have to secure them to solid blocking in the wall. You cannot rely on anchors. You cannot do that. And we installed the blocking back when we did the framing before the drywall and insulation was installed. And that blocking is right here. We took measurements, we recorded it, we remembered where they were, and in fact, down here at the bottom, before we painted or after we painted, we kept track of it. We actually marked it on the floor. And we know that the center line of that blocking was 27 inches off the floor. And the reason we decided to do that is because we wanted to have about 14 inches of distance from the bottom of the heater to the floor. You can mount your heater anywhere you want as far as on the wall, but I'm going to tell you that you've got to keep in mind your baseboard height, and you want to make sure that you have enough room to work and to access the electricity if you need to check something or check a connection down the road. And if you get the bottom of the heater too close to the floor, you're not going to be able to take off that little plate that's at the bottom of the heater. So keep that in mind when you decide how high you're going to put your heater. Before I start to put things in, let's talk about it. Let's explain what's going on. I already know that I want our heater to be at the top of this tape line. That's about 31.5 inches off the floor. That's what we decided to do. If you read the instructions, they say that the top of the wall bracket should be 3.5 inches from the top of the heater. And I made that mark right here. So that mark is 3.5 inches from here. So you'll notice that when I put the wall bracket on that mark, that the 2 screws are easily going to be within the 2x4. So you have to do all of that math. You have to know early on when you go to install the heater, you need to know where to put this blocking. It's really important. Here's another thing that's important. If you measure from the top of the heater, the one that we have, our model, to the center line of the electric contact, it's exactly 16 inches. So you'll note that from the top of our heater down to the where we roughed in the wire, it's 16 inches. We did that on purpose as well back when we wired this. We didn't just willy-nilly put the wire someplace coming out of the wall. Really, really important. So these are the things you need to think about early on when you're roughing in the electric and when you're putting in your blocking. The instructions are really clear about where these wall brackets go. My instructions say that these brackets, that the center line should be no less than 4 inches away from the outer edge of the heater, no more than 6 inches. So I'm going to choose 5 inches. My heater is 36 inches wide, so that means 18 inches is the far edge of the heater. So here's the center line of the heater. Here's 18 inches. And so I need to come in 5 inches. And at 5 inches, this is where we're going to install our first bracket. I've gone ahead and I transferred over these lines. This top line is the top of the blocking. This is the bottom of the blocking. And this line right here is where the top of the wall bracket should go. So we're going to put our first wall bracket right here, just like this. I want to talk a little bit about putting these screws in. You don't want to over tighten them because you'll drive this bracket, the top of the bracket, too close to the wall, and then the U channel on the heater won't engage properly. You just want to make sure that they don't wiggle around. That's all that's important. You've got to make sure you've got enough space here to get the heater engaged. The wall brackets are on. We're basically ready to install the heater. But here's what you have to do. This is the special electrical connector that's UL approved, and you have to, all of this is going to protrude into the wall. It's going to go way back into the wall there, all right? So you have to cut at least a 2-inch diameter hole to make sure that all of this is going to fit. But what I like to do, I slide this onto the cable backwards, and remember, I already know that my cable's in the right place. It's exactly where I want it to be. And then I just trace this. And then I'm going to saw out this drywall and actually make it a little bigger so I have no resistance when I put this connector in. I've got the electrical cable installed through the connector. The connector's attached to the back of the heater. You can do all that yourself. There's nothing hard about it. And I've supported the heater, in my case, on drywall buckets. It happens to be just about the perfect height. I'll have to go up about 1 inch when I lift it up. But this allows me, because the heaters are heavy, remember? This allows me, it's like a safety net. In other words, I don't want to drop the heater, and I want to be able to get it onto the, the wall brackets to connect with that French cleat on the back of the heater. It's time to do that. Check it out. The heater's installed. It looks beautiful. But here's the trouble. You can see that the heater can move, and the reason that's why you have to use this special hardware that they supplied to secure the bottom of the heater against the wall so that doesn't happen. So let's go ahead and do it. It's really, really not that hard to do. I've already made all the holes. This is the lockdown bracket right here. And so what you have to do is we've got to put this toggle bolt on. It's a little tricky. But it's possible.
Yep.
Check it out. It's installed. It's beautiful. It's easy to do. Just follow the instructions, and I'm telling you, you'll have no trouble putting in your Runtal electric wall panel heater. I'm Tim Carter, AskTheBuilder.com.
If you want to discover more home improvement tips, go to AskTheBuilder.com.